Hi you guys, so today I wanted to sit down with you guys and I wanted to compare two eyebrow products. So I wanted to compare the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow pomade in the shade Dark Brown to the NYX Tame Frame in the shade Chocolate. Alright, so both of these are brow pomades. They are very, very similar. Here's what the Anastasia one looks like. And here's what the NYX one looks like. So looking at these side by side, these are different shades. They're mostly different shades because I didn't want to go out and purchase another shade of either one of these, and because I'm not comparing the shades. My whole point of this is to compare the formulas, not the shades. So what I'm going to do is right now I have my favorite e.l.f. eyebrow brush. This is the 203 brush. And I'm going to apply this to both sides. I'm going to apply the Anastasia one on this side and the NYX one on this side. And we're going to just look at the differences between the formulas. Now, I've been using the Anastasia ones for years. And the NYX I just picked up last week, but I've used it quite a bit so far and I do like it. But there are some pretty distinct differences between the formulas, which depending on what you need for your brows can be kind of an issue. And my brush is completely clean and I'm actually going to clean it in between products so there's no mix up. All right, so I wanted to zoom you guys in a little bit more. As you can see, I have like no eyebrows. I have a little bit of hair here, a big bald spot here, and then a tiny tail there, and the same on this side. That's just genetic. It's not from over plucking, anything like that. It's just genetically, I pretty much have no eyebrows. Oh, I want to mention, sorry about that spot there, guys. I've just got a spot. My skin has been breaking out like crazy because I've been eating way too much junk food. So anyway, we are going to put the Anastasia one on this brow. I really, really love this formula. In fact, this formula actually to me gets better the older it is because it dries out. Now that's a big difference between the Anastasia and the Tame Frame, is that they're both slippery, like oil-based formulas. However, the Anastasia one is more, not dense, that's not the right word. It's less oily, it's less slippery, even when it's brand new, than the Tame Frame is. So it tends to stay in place better, which is nice if you have non-existent brows like I do. I just like taking the spoolie and just softening up the color at the front, just a little bit. And that's pretty much it. That's how fast I can do a brow with the Anastasia. It goes on very neatly, very cleanly, minimal touch up. And my bare spots are completely covered, which I love. So I'm going to wash this brush real quick and then I will be back to use the Tame Frame. All right guys, so I have a fresh clean brush and I am making sure my brush is completely dry so that there's no water on it that could contaminate and change the outcome. So now I'm going into the Tame Frame. And as you can see already, when I'm putting it on, this formula is softer. It spreads more. It's a little bit more difficult to get quite as fine a line. And I think that's because it's a wetter formula. Not wetter, that's not really the right word to use because it's not a watery formula, but it's more of a slippery. There we go. It's more of a slippery formula. And I do have a bit more trouble. I can cover up my bald spots, but it doesn't want to layer quite as well. See how you can still see that bald spot quite a bit compared to that one? That is one issue I have with the Tame Frame. Now, that would probably not be an issue for you if you actually had eyebrows, unlike me. So it does take a bit more work for me, but that could be a totally different experience for you. depending on what your brows are like. All right, so this brow is done with the Tame Frame, and as you can see, they are very, very, very similar. Are they dupes? No, I would not say that the Tame Frame is an exact dupe for the Dipbrow. Because it has a more oilier formula, it's a little bit more difficult to work with, especially if you're new to using pomades. Now, if you're just trying to add a bit of color and shape to your brows, this would be absolutely fine. And I do use this quite regularly, but if you have to completely build a brow from scratch, like if you do drag makeup, you don't have eyebrows, you have alopecia, anything where you're going to have to do a lot of building and you really want that product to lock down and stay, this isn't ideal. For every day, absolutely fine. This also is not sleep proof. I've kept my brows on and slept multiple times, and the outer half of my brow will be gone every single time. The Anastasia, on the other hand, is partly sleep proof. The outer part of my brow will fade, but it will not be completely gone. So I've actually had days where I've fallen asleep with my brows still on, because some days that's all I do, and gone up the next morning and been able to go out the door without having to put on brand new eyebrows. I've just touched them up and ran out the door. I know a lot of you are like, ew, gross, but you've done it too. Don't lie to me and say you haven't. I would recommend the Anastasia, especially, again, if you do drag makeup, have alopecia, or have little to no eyebrow and you pretty much have to build an eyebrow. I would recommend this for ease of use and staying power. Now, there is a price difference. The Anastasia is right around $18, and the Tame Frame, I believe, was either $6 or $7, so it is half the price. Just keep in mind, for half the price, you don't get quite the same staying power. So it depends on what's more important to you, whether you're on a budget and you only wear your makeup for a couple hours at work and then take it off, and your brows are fairly decent, then go with this. This is perfect for that. If you aren't quite as worried about your budget, or you wear your makeup for 10, 12, 14 hours in a row, or again, you're a performer or have some sort of medical condition that causes you to lose hair on your face, then I would definitely go with this. So these are both excellent products. They are very, very similar in the looks they give, but it just comes down to the staying power. So I hope that if you guys were trying to decide between these two products, that this video was helpful for you. If you have any questions, comments, or just want to say hi, I would love to hear from you down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also keep up with me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. I am pretty much everywhere, and all the links for those are down below. Thank you so, so much for watching, and I will see you again very, very soon. Bye!